My name is Denby Fawcett. My year is 1969, and I'm from Honolulu, Hawaii. And I came here in 1969, as I mentioned, and it was a very, very new program then. It started in 1966, and it was called Professional Journalism Fellows, PJF. And it was in a very remote part of the campus. It wasn't like a big deal. They hardly knew what it was. And the fellowship that was great at that time was the Neiman at Harvard. Now the JSK far exceeds that, I think, in popularity. That makes me feel very, very proud. But I came here because I had been a reporter covering the war in Vietnam. And so when I came back, I stayed there for a year and a half between 1966 and 1967, and then a little bit after that. But then I came back to a regular newsroom, and I didn't know, what to make of it, because I had started out as a female reporter very low. I had started when I graduated from university on what they called the women's page. So we'd be reporting about parties and gardens and recipes. And so
Only that.
very important. But I had a lot of spare time because I could do it very fast. So I'd read newspapers in the newsroom. I read about the Vietnam War every day, and I thought, I got to go there. And so I went in and asked the editor, I want to be a reporter in Vietnam. And the fellow practically fell off his chair laughing, thinking you want to go from a servant in the newsroom to being the queen of the show. So I quit. I thought, I'm going to go myself. I don't care. I'm going. And then there were two newspapers in Honolulu then, a morning and a nighttime one. I worked for the nighttime. The morning one called me and they said, the editor there said, that'd be interesting to have a woman there. But, we can't pay you as a staffer, but we pay you per article. So working on the women's page, I made $65 a week.
Okay.
And he said he could pay me $35 per article. So I thought if I write 3, I'd be well off. So I paid my own way. I came to Stanford because after coming back from that, I thought, I need a rest. Just need to. But coming in 1969, that was the revolution on campus. But coming here, when they called you Professional Journalism Fellowship, I was thinking, well, this is a profession, And they treated you very well here as a woman, because in my era, women were still having a horrible time in journalism. And the women fellows and the men, it sounds funny to say that now because you see women and everyone's treated more or less equally. It's very honorable to me to be treated that way. And I started, I think, for the first time to think of myself as a professional, that this is important work and I want to keep doing it.
Why didn't you? So my name is Pablo Gonzalez. I'm class 2004. I came from Buenos Aires, Argentina at the time. My career and my life also changed when I came here in 2003, 2004, in many ways.
In what ways would you say?
Well, I was writing in Spanish. I was reporting in Spanish. And from that year, I started reporting and writing in English, which I had never done before in my life. And that made me a humble person, because when I was writing in my language, in Spanish, I was very jealous of my writing. I was very protective of my words. I was just hating editors. I thought editors were the worst people in the world, even though I was an editor also. And my year in Stanford, I was not talking that much. I was very, listening, because my English was horrible. So it made me also a humble person. I was not that always talking and always knowing everything.
Why did you apply for the fellowship here?
I was 36 years old at the time, and I was trying to find like a way to improve. I I never trusted that much in journalism. My dad was a journalist, and I always saw how difficult it was for him. There is this Argentine guy who says that being a journalist is the worst thing because you need to write about everything without not knowing anything at all. So I studied philosophy. Then I went to a newsroom, had the same thing my dad had. And like 13 years after, I was trying to find, to improve, to, to, to listen to people who knows. So that's the reason I came, and that's the reason I'm so happy with this fellowship.
So what did you take when you were here? What classes?
I took really good classes, like a lot at the business school, like negotiation. That's one of the classes still makes my life. And there was Jim Bettinger. He asked me, I was trying to take like economy in China during the 18th century. And he said, no, no, don't do that. Buy the book. You can read the book in Buenos Aires. He said, go to business school and take negotiation with Maggie O'Neill. And it was awesome. It was great. I understood something new. I understood how you negotiate. It's not just the salary, it's everything. You're incredible. And the ability to be like a journalist, a professional journalist, that we were allowed to go to the faculty club. So we were just listening the classes of these professors, great professors, then taking them for lunch, like,
A co-equal.
yeah,
Yeah.
like an equal. Yeah, and we were like discussing